Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, or as I like to call it, Valerian and the City of 1,000 CGI Moments. Okay, this movie is based off a pretty, not, I wouldn't say pretty old, but it's a older comic series. And it stars the main character, Valerian, who is played by Dane DeHaan. And let me just start off by saying I actually really like Dane DeHaan. He is an amazing actor. My favorite role of Dane DeHaan is him in Chronicle. That's not talking about the Amazing Spider-Man 2. He was good in The Place Beyond the Pines, and he's a good actor. It's just sometimes he gets into these bad roles, like this one. Dane DeHaan does not fit this role. That's my biggest gripe about the movie is that he does not fit the role of Valerian. Valerian is supposed to be this badass, this really macho federal agent, I guess you could call him. And he doesn't fit that role. He doesn't fit that role of a badass. He fits the more, quiet yet, cynical and maniacal villain type of guy. That awkward guy in the corner, that's his type of, that's where he shines the best. In this movie, he doesn't do a good job as playing Valerian, and I don't blame him. Some of the dialogue is pretty cheesy in this movie. And then, okay, this is the biggest thing about this movie as well is that him and the co-star of the movie, you would think, okay, so a boy and a girl are lead in the movie. So that means two things. Either they're brother and sister, which, by the way, Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne, they look related, which is kind of weird. At first, I thought they were brother and sister in the movie, until, later on, I was like, okay, they're definitely not brother and sister. Because this movie tries to force down this relationship, this relationship down your throat that doesn't work. These two, Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne, have no sense of chemistry in this movie. It's like they just got two random people in the street and said, hey, you guys are love interests, act like it. That's pretty much like it was, because they had no sense of chemistry. None of their love felt organic. Everything felt dramatic and fake, and everything felt rushed. This movie, it looks beautiful. Do not get me wrong. This movie is a fun spectacle to look at. But it comes to the point where it's not... This movie tries to do the whole... There's two ways to do CGI. One, you do CGI to the point where, okay, you blend it in with the natural environment of, like, real-world environments. Or you try to make this world where it's self-conscious that it knows that it's not the actual world, and it's some cartoonish CGI world, and it plays off that. This movie tries to do both, and it doesn't really work. The CGI, like I said, it's amazing, and this movie looks amazing, and seeing this movie on a big screen, it's pretty, guys. It's a pretty movie to look at. It's good eye candy. But when you actually dig into the surface and see what's in there, it's not that good. The story was off. There's no real story. The story's convoluted. It doesn't know where it wants to go. It goes this way, then it goes that way. It doesn't really know what it's doing. Sometimes it backtracks on itself. This movie, the pacing is off. The pacing is all over the place in this movie. This movie does not know how to transition into different scenes. It's just scene, 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 scene. There's no transitions. This movie is bad, guys. I really wanted this movie to be good because I wanted I guess you could call this an original sci-fi piece, but I wanted an original sci-fi piece to do good, to show that it can actually, not everything has to be part of a franchise. And this movie did pretty much what every other movie is doing. It's just focusing on the spectacle and thinking people love action and explosions and beautiful CGI, and that will sell their movie. But obviously it didn't. That's the reason why this movie's doing so bad in the box office. It pains me to kill this, but Dane DeHaan, you gotta pick better movies, man. Cara Delevingne, in this role, I didn't like you either, but I have liked her in other roles. So please, this movie isn't worth it. I'm gonna give this movie... Honestly, I'm gonna give this movie 1 out of 5 Sith Lords. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna give him, I don't know, I'll give him Count Dooku. Out of the 5 possible Sith Lords, Count Dooku, Vader, Sidious, Maul, and who else? We'll count Bane. I'm gonna give her Count Dooku. That's the one I don't want. 1 out of 5, guys. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what did you guys think of Valerian, a City of 1,000 CGI moments in the movie? Comment below and let's start a discussion, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And as always, may the Force be with you.